Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today, gonna be a match between Rain and Ample here on In the Way of an Eddy. Weird map name, cast a couple of games on this map already. Top right, we've got our white, nope, this is pink? Yeah, light pink Terran player. It is Ample. And at the top left, we have the white Protoss player. It is gonna be Rain. Alright, man, so a PvT here on, again, In the Way of an Eddy. It's a weird name, but we have a battlecruiser crashed up here. I think, yeah, you need to access through air. Access this through air, but, So once again, your main is in a bit of a depression, which is a feature of super old maps. Your natural is on the high ground. This is where you wall off. And there's a third base. Fairly easy to take. So you wall this off, and okay, so there's no real way to wall off access to your third base. And it's a giant 4-player map. Minerals on the expansions at the 12 o'clock and the 9 o'clock positions, just below and above those ones that have the crashed battlecruiser. Can you attack this? I feel like, oh, there we go. You can. 700 hit points. Just to prevent Terrans from launching a command center from here and just landing it super easily. You need to actually get a dropship and some units to kill this battle cruiser before you can take this. Alright, alright. So, a lot of high ground here. So I feel like this is a pretty Terran favored map. We will have to see what Ample and Rain think about that. So barracks on the high ground. Hold on a second. Is this a gas first opening? No. Where? Oh, there's the gateway. I'm an idiot. Okay, gateway, gas, cyber core. Everything's fine. I'm just momentarily blind. It happens sometimes. Falcon blindness is a real problem. But, I mean, is he going to go rack? Oh my gosh! Man, I've talked so many times in PvTs about how you can't go barracks expand because it's super risky and Dragoons show up and ruin your day. And Ample says, shut up, Falcon, I can do whatever I want. I'm an elite Terran player. Let me play this how I want to play it. I'm risking it, right? Basically risking it that Rain can't find him soon enough to punish him for this play. Supply depot walling off here too. It is definitely a Dragoon opening. No sign of an expansion from Ample, or yeah, from Rain here. These colors are too close for comfort. Like, I know, my brain, it just, yeah, anyway. Good times. Good times braining stuff here. What are we looking at? Marine production, going to throw up a bunker. I mean, yes, the bunker does help you deal with the Dragoon pressure for sure, but a run-by is pretty possible in these situations. And if you don't have a tank popping out anytime soon, you're kind of in trouble. So let's see if he's not scouting. So at this point, I think the probe is moving out to expand. Yeah, so not going to scout. So we're sending the Dragoon out on its own scouting mission to try to see where on Earth Ample is. And he's going to go the wrong way first. So the SCV comes from this direction, which doesn't tell you anything. It could mean that Ample's from the bottom left. This is his scout timing. It could mean he's from all the way in the top right, and he scouted early and is now coming around the wrong direction. You don't know. So you do have to check this bottom left, and that actually allows Ample to totally get away with this opening, where he doesn't have a factory, nor is, there we go. Now one is coming up here at the top side. So SCV did get a scout off, did see, okay, so this is definitely ranged Dragoons coming to kill me. That's the other problem, is ranged Dragoons can take down your bunker, forcing you at least to pull SCVs off the line and repair this thing totally sucks. So Dragoon, let's see if they head, it heads to the top right or goes for the bottom right. It is actually heading for the top right now. So singularity charge is almost done. One Dragoon firing traditionally means you need one SCV repairing to balance that there. Let's see what we get. Let's see how this works out. Well, first of all, it takes a ton of damage. Wow, okay. Maybe a little bit too much, and then settles in. Oh, thought it was settled into the range where you don't have to take damage from the bunker, but nope. There is a robotics facility warping in. I don't think that's a reaction to what he saw from the Terran player. I think his plan was just to go for robotics facility because it's the safest thing. It allows you access to spider mine detection in the form of observers. It allows you to get, well, obviously detection out. And then Reavers, importantly too, shuttles for things like drops, storm drops, Reaver drops. All of these tools are in your toolbox. 2 Dragoons show up, which means 2 SCVs on the repair, which means we're working on Siege Tank and Siege mode in order to stay alive here. So 2 base Terran having more economy than the Protoss is bad. But 2 SCVs being pulled off the line to repair this bunker makes up for it on some level. So I'm liking what we're seeing here. I do like what we see out of both players. I think Rain's fine. Yes, Ample did get away with a bit of an earlier expand than he should have been able to, but he's going to be just fine here. On the follow-up, man, what are we doing? Oh, it is a Reaver. Okay. All right, man. Robotic support base straight up. We are Reaver drop opening. Siege Tank in the house. Going to try to chase these Dragoons away. Doesn't want to take any hits necessarily. He's waiting for Siege mode to finish. Ooh, is this enough? Ooh, look at this. They try to stutter step forward. Ah! He's coming right on in, trying to get that Siege Tank before it can siege up. And now it does siege up in a position that actually doesn't protect much. It has to unsiege and re-siege closer because this barracks going down would be a big problem. You do want the barracks because you need it to produce additional factories. You don't need it for future Marines. Obviously. Pulling back. We're pulling back, friendo. Okay, all right. Everything's fine. Nothing is ruined. Siege Tank up. Siege Tank up. By that, I mean Siege Tank heading back inside the main base. Perhaps worried about getting dropped. He's like, okay, the Dragoons haven't pushed in. Maybe there's a shuttle shuttling them into the main base. Yeah, SCV's like, what's going on over here? Why are you not attacking us? And the answer is because we're just hanging out over this direction. Chacho. And here comes a Reaver drop with a Dragoon in it. Fantastic. Let's see how well Ample can hold on here. He's getting Terran boosters. He's getting Goliaths. He's getting more factories and upgrades and stuff. And, ooh, did he catch a glimpse of this? Yeah, 3 tanks coming down can handle 3 Dragoons. No problemo. But here comes the Reaver drop of Doom. And, okay, good. SCV sacrifices himself. Yeah, that was a bigger hit. Bigger hit for sure. Ooh, catching 2 tanks. Nope, actually, Tank did not take too much damage there. And allows him to take additional hits, but not a second one. And now it needs to get out. The Terran boost upgrade is not done, and that's a huge deal for Rain. So he manages to escape with the Reaver. He kills us, Siege Tank, and I think 4 or 5 SCVs, somewhere along those lines. I'm going to try to come back in for more dropping goodness. And Siege... Oh, firing does get a big-time hit off, repairing Siege Tanks with the... Ah! Came on in, got the SCV, but no! The shuttle died and the Reaver died. All right, that actually turned into a pretty good situation for Ample at the end of it there. I think if he could have gotten out with the Reaver and the shuttle, things would have been much different. But losing those 2 units totally sucks. Shuts down the aggression for now. Crikey, mate. 3rd base is already done in the meantime, though, from Rain. Loving that. Loving you. Citadel of Adun coming in. Citadel. Let's not slur that. Citadel. Citadel of Adun. On the way here, Protoss Forge for upgrades too. And yeah, as a Protoss, you want to be up in economy on the Terran because then it allows you to basically zerg them. You got more stuff than they do. You're going to have to be able to withstand some really cost-efficient trades they're making with +3 siege tanks and like spider mines and stuff. Observer sets up. Ooh, I saw that. And one more hit. One more hit. Got it. Oh. Dude, Ample's game sense right now is pretty fantastic. He's trying to land a 3rd base here, but these Dragoons, they can't see this, but they're in range to absolutely crush it. If they just poke to the right about 1.5 feet. Ooh, lands it. And now he checks. Oh, does he check? He does check. He does check. He's like, okay, what's he waiting for? I don't know, but this army... Okay, so all these Dragoons are dead now. Ah, hang on. Reinforcing Dragoons from the left side. Getting a nice concave here is fantastic. This Dragoon just wants to kill SCVs while everybody else is getting obliterated by siege tanks. So that's, I mean, way to leave your friends behind, but at the same time, gets an SCV kill, wanders over this direction, and, I don't know, Rain, target firing, does take down us, siege tank. It's a bit of a chaotic battle here right now. Another siege tank goes down, and the Goliaths are providing a lot of DPS here as well. Vulture kind of helping as well as he can. But all of a sudden, the tank count is low, and that's what we talk about a lot, too, is you need to keep that siege tank count low. Do you have to sacrifice Dragoons to do that, generally? Yeah. You absolutely do. These Vultures don't want to fight here, but they have to. Oh, Rain. Rain, you're doing some beautiful stuff right now, expanding behind all of this aggression, too. Dragoons on the other side causing major, major issues. This is looking really good for Protoss fans. I like it quite a bit. I feel like he could have maybe come in and done some more damage here before retreating with his Dragoons, but he decided to keep his guys alive for the time being. If there aren't any tanks to trade out with, then I think he's going to call it good. Aight. Protoss music, atmospheric as always. Dragoons moving up with the help of their observer friend, killing spider mines. There's another observer here too. Turret does not see that, right? Oh, can see the kind of ripple happening though. So move to a safer position right there. And oh, look who's dropping. One good drop deserves another. But spotted it just a little bit here. Trying to focus down the dropship, and they kind of do, but a lot of probes are dying here as well. Do they not have spider mines? No, they do have spider mines, but I think they must have used them all previously in like this spider mine field instead. So they get a few probes, knocking down to 63 workers there for Rain, but you know, he's still got 65, making a couple at a time here. Ample is at 59. Dragoons just here to deal with any incoming vulture harass, because a good Terran player will continually cycle vultures around to harass different bases and at least force the Protoss to throw up things like cannons to defend their bases instead of making what they want to make, which is zealots, Dragoons, observers, arbiters, things like that. Wait, what are we... Oh. Gosh dang, that yellow and pink is really hard to differentiate and look at. No, the scarab pathing. Oh, it connects anyway. Scarab inside your house. Not a good feel, not a good feel. Causing some problems here. You thought you saw the end of it, and actually, nope, hang on. Oh gosh, this is brutal. This is brutality in a nutshell here. Reaver gets a hit, Rain, your Reaver drops are slowing the Terran down so much. This is beautiful. Protoss fans everywhere are just super happy about this. Terran fans and Zerg fans are like, this is so overpowered. This needs to be nerfed. You know, the argument, as always, is that Reavers are nerfed by scarab pathing being jank. If scarab pathing wasn't a thing, and they always connected instantly with whatever they were aiming at, they'd be incredibly good. They'd be so much better than they are. Just kind of keeping the Terran from moving out here at all. I love this. Like, where are your Goliaths? Where's your anti-air, man? You don't have any of that stuff? Cool. I'm going to keep the shuttle around and maybe not fly directly into... Oh my gosh, they're going to unload here? Okay, so Reaver goes down, and then the shuttle dies as the Goliaths show up, but gets another ginormous hit. It's 73 to 46 workers right now. Rain is looking good. I will say that Rain is the more accomplished player of these two, but Ample is a very good Terran player. He's gotten some excellent wins on the channel and in his career, not just on the channel. Like, sure, I've cast like 3,000 StarCraft Brood War games, but these guys have played a lot more. A lot more than 3,000 each, I can tell you that much. So Vultures kind of were sharking around, throwing down spider mines, causing issues, maybe making it harder for Rain to expand down this direction. Science Vessel heading out on its own over here. What are we gonna... What? It's just for vision purposes, because we're not going to see any Scouts or Corsairs in this game. So obviously, yeah, so I like this. Science Vessels can be used to see incoming shuttles in this matchup, because I don't have to worry about getting killed by, like, Scourge or Vikings or Wraiths or anything like that, right? I like it a lot. So it's 197 and 132 supply. Rain is looking strong. Extraordinarily strong here. He's got +1 attack. He's way up in supply, but +2, +1 upgrades for Rain. Terran fans feeling good about that upgrade discrepancy. And how? Your units are already more cost efficient than the Protosses are. If you have an upgrade advantage as well, that just helps all the more. Oh, look what we found. The Science Vessel getting away from that air-only area that he was in. Forced to back on out because he jumped the gun a little bit, went to a place where Dragoons could shoot him. It's never a good deal. Storm getting researched, just making more factories and more tanks and more upgrades. Pretty much Nothing too surprising here, but boy, look at this expansion down here from Rain. So he's going to be on what, 6 bases? Yeah, man, 6 total bases to the 3 of Ample. Ample, at this point, is on 3 base, and he's going to start moving out here with a big old army of +3 siege tanks soon, which is every Protoss player's worst nightmare, and they hate it. They really, really hate when a million siege tanks move out, because it feels like you can kill half of them, but half of the remaining siege tanks after you lose your units are enough to kill you. Or sometimes as low as a third of the remainings of the siege tanks that originally moved out. If a third of them are alive, then you're really hating your life when that happens. So let's see how Rain plans to deal with this. I'm assuming we're going to get a lot of stasis. It's a huge deal, big part of this whole thing. Yeah, here's that kind of move out poke a little bit here. Vulture's making a run around. Find a Zealot trying to harass an attempt for this SCV to expand here. Also, this SCV is not trying to expand here. He's hanging out by the big dinosaur skull. Instead, there we go. Throwing in some spider mines to protect the SCV while he builds a command center there, getting that 4th base done. By the way, hit that like button if you haven't already. It just allows the YouTube algorithm to know that I'm here and recommend me to other StarCraft Brood War fans. And the more people that are here, the merrier. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. I'm here 5 times a week with Brood War content. I don't miss days. Ask anybody in the comments. Does Falcon miss days? No. It's Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Brood War content, brand new on the channel. All of those days of the week. I don't take days off or weeks off, all right? All right, I'm here for you. Storm! Sonic Storm on a couple of the siege tanks. Boom! Double explosions there. So double storm it was. It takes more than one storm to take down a tank or a Goliath. And kind of sharking around right now. Look at this bank discrepancy, though. 3,000 minerals and 400 gas. Ample is spending minerals as fast as he gets them. He doesn't have nearly as much income as the Protoss does. Okay, this is just a battle of the Titans here. This is one of the bigger PvT battles we've seen on the channel in a little bit of time. Gonna stand on in, gets a stasis down on a couple, both of the science vessels. It prevents them, all 3 of the science vessels, which prevents them from detecting these cloaked units. ComSat scans are still available for the Terran, though, so it's not as much of a win as Terran fans wishes it was. Still a pretty solid move for sure. Yeah, there's that ComSat sound we're hearing all over the place. That vulture count is high, though. That is a lot, man. Look at Ample. He was down like 60 supply. Now he's tied up. Because that's what happens when you max out and your opponent's not maxed out, and then you don't kill them. They have the chance to recover. And they have a chance to catch up, because you can only get 200 supply, and, well, they can also get 200 supply by the laws of the game. High Templar snipe there, very nice. Beautiful micro here on display, going after individual Zealots when he can, individual High Templar when he can. I assume there's a recall in play somewhere here, because recall was researched. Recall can be used as a battlefield tactic. It definitely can. Oh, these Dragoons are dead. Spider mines and siege tanks, killing them all. Oh, hang on, these aren't sieged up. Never mind, it's cool. It's totally awesome. All right, Dragoon Zealots coming through. Nope. Oh no, Rain. Rain, this is where you don't want the Terran to set up. You really don't want him to set up right here with all of his multitudinous siege tanks. You're trying to catch him, but you have to kill these spider mines, which slows down the pursuit. And the siege tanks are where you don't want them to be. Get in there, Rain. Extract him from this position if you can. The vulture count not high, so Zealots getting on top of these tanks, but there aren't many Zealots here either. So that's not great. There's the ComSat. Look at all of this Dragoon blood up this way. Good stasis, really good stasis. Are there enough Dragoons to finish off these siege tanks? The answer is no. No, there are not. DTs join in the party, but there are, science vessels and vultures have shown up, so that means all the DTs are dead. Yeah, all right, but guess what? All the tanks are dead except for the ones that are stasis. So I think Rain may have accomplished what he wanted to there. He's up 173 to 138. His bank is helping him in this situation, right? Man, the DTs are just not paying for themselves at all. The timing on the stasis is going to come up in just about a couple seconds here. 3, 2, 1. Out of stasis. And there it is. Ooh, that was closer. I mean, yes, I have the countdown timer in my head. I totally I knew. Game sense is better than I thought sometimes. All right, cool. So Siege Tank's up. Another stasis. Oh, no, he does recall into the battlefield. That's what I was saying. Sometimes that is what recall is used for, but oh my gosh, all of those Dragoons died instantly. Ugh. But, Zealots, I don't know. This Nexus is staying alive. It's a very touch-and-go situation here. And he does manage to hold on. Ample manages to hold on with a handful of units. Dude, the Vulture wasn't microing at all. Zealots coming in, reinforcing Vultures here, though. Oh my gosh. The macro on display from both of these players is absolutely phenomenal. Vultures, oh no. Vultures getting into this space is a big-time problem. Zealots are popping out of these gateways. Also some Dragoons to try to deal with these Vultures. One Siege Tank firing on this Nexus. It'll take him some time to get there, that's for sure. And, tanks wipe out. Oh no, this other base from Rain. Rain's going to lose a couple Nexuses here fairly quickly, but the Dragoons pop out of the gateways. This is why you have gateways here. Number one, if your main base dies, you have another place to produce stuff. And two, if you get attacked down this direction, you get reinforcements from this location and get defender's advantage. So double reason to do that, Protoss players, of your far away 3rd and 4th and 5th bases. Dragoons firing up a ramp, not exactly the great position, but more Dragoons from the north helping out. And, oh, this has been absolutely crazy. 163 to 118 supply. He holds on. He keeps this Nexus. He keeps this Nexus. This one did die, but he still has a base advantage here on the Terran player. And he wiped out his tank count. His tank count looks like it has been almost entirely reset. It's a lot of Vultures out there, sure. But tanks, I think there are what? There's 1, 2, 3. Okay, so 3 just came out. We're making some more. There's a lot of gas, but it's really minerals that Ample is struggling to produce right here. Oh, this is a really good PvT. This is great. Rain's mined out of his main and his natural, obviously. Same story here, though, from Ample. He's got 1 or 2 mineral patches he's running from. Dragoons pushing right. I don't know if this is a recall or if they just walked over here. I'm going to assume they recalled over here. But this is exactly where all of the tanks of Ample are existing. So we're just going to wander down this way, wipe out some spider mines, maybe take down this command center, take down this brand new source of income for Amples. That seems like a fine idea. Hold the ramp. This is 300. Hold it. Hold the ramp against the oncoming horde, the Persian horde. Focus down the SCVs. Kill as many of those as you can. It's only 40 SCVs here at 22 minutes. 38 SCVs. Yeah, these Dragoons know they're in a lot of trouble. There's no energy for a recall here at all. And all the Dragoons get wiped out. It is still 179 to 134 supply in favor of the Protoss. He's got his bases back up and running. He's replacing his probe count a bit, producing 2 at a time. He's got 50 workers to 39 SCVs. Looking fairly good here is Rain, but Ample is giving him a super, super tough time here today. No doubt about it. Man. Oh, by the way, feel free to check out falconpaladin.store. It is a merch store for Falcon Paladin merchandise. If you use the coupon code BROODWAR, so one word, all caps, you get a 15% off discount. No matter who you are, only up for the next couple of days. So check out falconpaladin.store. Coupon code BROODWAR for 15% off your order. We ship anywhere. We'll take all your currencies, no matter what country you're in. All right, siege tanks, Vultures, spider mines, trying to hold against the oncoming Protoss horde. It's a pretty good setup. I kind of like it for Ample, but Rain coming from all directions is a very kind of a Zerg thing to do. To come from a concave here, so all the tanks, they can't fire in one direction. They have to constantly be firing in different directions. The Zealots wipe the army completely off the face of the map. And tank count again looks like it's been reset. These Dragoons firing away. It looks like there was a bit of a Dragoon attack down that direction. Perhaps a recall that I may have missed. Entirely possible. And I think that might be it for Ample. He's at an 88 supply. All his SCVs in this little area are totally trapped and gonna be massacred by the Protoss forces. We're looking at 3 attack and 1 armor for the Protoss. The Terran's units are at the full 3-3 upgrades, but that's your GG. Ample taps out in 24 minutes, and Rain gets the win in a pretty absolutely fantastic PvT from both players. I mean, great Reaver harass early. Very nicely done a couple times, and I think both times maybe when Ample wasn't expecting it. Big time strong attack down this direction too from Ample. He manages to wipe out a Nexus for the Protoss, which is great, but he can't finish the deal by killing this or by killing this, just because Rain's macro is so good. His income was so good. He had reinforcements coming from up here. All of these gateways were coming down to the south, and then these gateways were pumping nonstop too, coming up this ramp, and then finally managing to deal with what was being brought by the Terran there. A fantastical, disgustingly good PVT. Wow. So good. I guess while we're talking about countries, just a quick weird factoid. I checked where most of my viewers are coming from geographically recently. It's United States and it's Canada, and then it's the Philippines for number 3, which is interesting. It's traditionally been Germany. A lot of German StarCraft fans out there, but I guess Philippines has taken over. I know Philippines is an English-speaking country, so it makes sense. But if you're from the Philippines, hello. Thanks for watching this video. So, I mean, this is about all you can ask for from a PVT, in my personal and professional opinion. Great back and forth. Recalls, last stands for Terran. They got their fully upgraded siege tanks firing, but man, the macro is just, it was the Zerging, right? I mean, Rain lost so many Dragoons and so many Zealots today and so many Arbiters, but had so many bases of income available, so it didn't matter as much. If the Protoss was still trying to get a 4th base up or maybe just getting a 5th base, he probably loses this game. It is macro that wins him this. He played it like he needed to. Be inspired. 201,000 points here from Rain today, 184 for Ample. Outproduced the Protoss, actually, today. Ample did 483 to 356. But look how much Rain lost, 290 to 247. No, that's what he killed, and then he lost 256. Ample actually lost it a lot more. That's a lot of vultures, is what it is. But yeah, resources here telling the whole story. 65,000 to 49,000 spent is a massive 16,000. Wait, is it 16? Yeah, something like that. 16 or 14,000 resource advantage for Rain here in 24 minutes, and he gets that win. Amazing. Good stuff indeed. So that is going to be it for me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching. You take care of yourself.